Hello, everybody. Just wanted to say that I hope you miss me. I definitely miss you. I have mostly been gone from Everquest for only for the last 4 or 5 weeks. As people in my guild will know, I was actually intending on retiring from the game for a while, and maybe even skipping SoD. I have changed my mind. I think I just needed a small little break. I was, logging on too much and raiding on nights when I wasn't really feeling like it, or even wasn't feeling very well at all, and should have just taken the night off. So that's how you burn out, and that's exactly what I did. So I didn't do any of the Seeds of Destruction raids on the unlock night, which was last Wednesday. So I have no videos to post. I do apologize if you were expecting that and looking forward to that, because I've done it previously, but I don't have any content to record, to display, because I didn't record anything. I did play on the unlock night, because I had the time scheduled off work, and I guess I got excited and wanted to, jump in there with the group progression when everyone else was doing it at the same time, which is always fun. I don't think that even if I had prepared for SOD, and even if I had done all of our test raids to refresh our memory of how the expansion works, I don't think I would have been able to stay up as late as what was required. It was another very long clear. Secrets of Fate which I did do all the raid. We ended up finishing, I want to say, in between 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I could be wrong on the exact time, and I'm in Central Time as well. Maybe it was a little bit earlier than that, but for Seeds of Destruction, we finished the normal difficulty of the entire expansion, I want to say around 4 a.m. Central, and I had already gone to bed. I was trying to stay up as late as I could, because I think it was around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning when I could tell they were really close, and there was small concern that we were not going to clear SOD before the other main racing guild on the server. I don't know how accurate that actually was, but it did seem like at one point they were ahead of us by a kill or two, at least as far as I understand. We ended up beating the normal difficulty of SOD, and then took a 3, maybe 4 hour nap, and came back and cleared the hard mode versions. I never actually had raided in this expansion, so I don't really know the full context of what that means. But as I understand, basically the hard modes, the encounters are the same. There's just a cap of 36 people in the expedition instead of 54. So it's harder because you have less people, obviously. Faceless did end up clearing the hard version about an hour before the other guild beat the normal version. I think they beat it like an hour after we built the hard version, but none of that really matters. I mean, the only two guilds that really care about who clears an expansion first are, of course, Faceless and that other guild. So if you're not in those two guilds, then you probably don't care, and I don't blame you. But it is a lot of fun on Unlock Nights to coordinate and play with people who have been studying the content and practicing the content on test server. So if you do play on TOPs and you are considering joining a raiding guild, I wouldn't discourage you from even trying to do that if you're able to stay up as late as they do require sometimes. It is a lot of fun. Almost always include a lot of highlight moments from the expansion, so I definitely recommend it. Anyways, what is new in SOD? Well, you may notice I have some new drip. I'm no longer wearing the skull shield ornaments because this is now available from Overseer. It's not everyone's preference, obviously, and honestly, I think it looks best with certain illusions. Obviously, I think it looks great with the skeleton illusion, which is what I'm in 99% of the time because I'm just so used to it. I happen to like it, and it can ride horses, and of course with an AON, it's able to be applied instantly. It also, with the particle effect, which is somewhat uncommon on shields, it obviously pairs really well with the Necro 2.5 Epic, so I did take off the Blight Epic ornamentation, which I've always really liked, but I think this looks really good. Um, there's a bunch of other ornaments for weapons and shields that are on the vendor. They do cost 63,000 Overseer Tetradrachms, which is kind of a lot. You can get them relatively quickly, um, but you are capped on how fast you can earn them unless you buy them from other people, of course. On Mischief, they are tradable, unlike other servers. So I bought a bunch, which is how I am able to have this so fast. So I think I had naturally gathered around 30,000 by myself at this point. So it would have taken me a few more days in order to get the 63,000 to buy this. For casters that use blunt weapons, a lot of the ornaments off the Overseer vendor really aren't that great. There's only really one, maybe two that I like. There's an ornament that's the snake staff. It's a pretty small looking hammer that has a nice green glowing particle effect. I might switch to that. If it was a longer staff, I would like it more. But also mercenaries are a thing, and there's mine. This is the Painted Sporelli mercenary from the 2022 Extra Life fundraising campaign, which I have. Zaid actually gave me his. You're only able to get the fundraiser mercenaries if you had registered your account to be a fundraiser, and other people had donated $250 to you. So they're pretty rare. I've only seen one other person have them on Mischief, which makes sense. I'm sure that other fundraisers for the 2022 campaign use them on other servers because we didn't have mercenaries available until last week. So I've been waiting for, I don't know, 9 months to be able to use this. So it's kind of fun. I will say the 2023 Extra Life mercenary reward is probably going to be a lot better. It is the color palette change of the enchanted armor. I'll show you what that is real quick if you want. So I forget what zone this model is normally in, but this is an illusion from the heritage crates for, I forget the race. But the mercenary illusion of this that's coming out with 2023 Extra Life fundraiser campaign has the same model. It's different colors though. It's like a dark blue. It looks kind of nice actually. What's nice about the appearance of it, it has good animations. It's based off the human model, so it sits like a human does. It uses human casting animations and human combat animations, that sort of thing. So I think it'll be a pretty popular mercenary illusion. And as I understand, the easiest way to get one is registering your personal account as a fundraiser and maybe just donating as yourself to the limit of $250. I am probably going to do that. I end up donating to Extra Life anyways, so might as well get the more rare illusion effect as a side effect of doing so. So you guys will do whatever you like, obviously. Anyways, back to Overseer. It is accessing game just by typing /Overseer. And it's really not that complicated. A lot of people get confused about it at first, but it does have a built-in tutorial. Essentially, what I normally do is just open up the more difficult quests, hit autofill. You'll see an option to hit start quest, and then it'll tell you how likely you are to succeed from that quest and how long of a lockout time on your little agents to actually give the rewards to you, which are stuff like experience, mercenary experience. You get Overseer Tetradrachms, which on Mischief don't really have much benefit except for ornaments right now. Later on, you're able to buy cool stuff like collection item dispensers, so they'll be really popular with once Reign of Fear starts. As an example, when you have the quest timer finished, you just hit collect reward, like I'm doing now. Actually, I can't because you'll see I have max completed quests of 10 and max active quests of 5. So I have to wait until the timer unlocks. In my other chat log, which is centered right now, it tells you that it is opening up in a couple minutes. So no worries there. But the other cool thing that I wanted to show some of you guys new to SoD is Overlord McKenzie missions. And you may ask yourself, what the is an Overlord, or not Overlord, Old Man McKenzie missions? So there's an NPC in Planar Knowledge, kind of near, the main bank, or a small bank, I should say, by the Forge, as it's probably more commonly known. That you right-click him, and I've done all the raids, so I'm able to buy everything if I had enough brews. There's some really nice items off this. If you do the group missions, which are stuff like killing some of the main mobs in Lower Guck with level 50 monster mission characters, which I think is actually kind of fun, is you get one McKenzie brew for everyone in the task when you complete it, and the chest that drops also has a loot that you can keep for yourself if it's one that you want, or you can sell it back to Old Man McKenzie for, I think, 1 brew, maybe 2, I forget exactly. The raids that are available have a 3-day lockout timer, where the group missions have a 17-hour lockout timer. The raids will drop 2 loots of a much higher quality, and I do mean much. Here's one of probably the best raid item. This guy right here is a staff that, by itself, I don't really care about the stats. What is nice about it is a 1-second casting time resurrection ability. It's a 90% res, obviously, but it can be reused every 30 seconds, so it's really popular especially for shaman and druids, because they can't, res except for using their call abilities while they're in combat. So all those guys will be very excited about it. Another item that I am personally looking forward to getting here at some point is the Staff of Onkuxfen, which is this guy, which for a wizard, mage, or enchanter, I'm sure it's decent to actually equip, especially since it has a pretty nice combat proc if you are into meleeing stuff. But it also has a click item or click effect every 2 minutes with an instant cast of Force of Magic 8, which is Force of Magic 10, which is 1,050 damage. And it's not a huge amount, but it's free, and it's instant cast every 2 minutes, so no reason not to have it, especially since the missions are fun. If I'm not mistaken, some of these items are not available to get from the raid chests. I know you can get a Staff of Forbidden Rites for a fact. I don't think the Staff of Onkuxfen is available as a drop, so I'm going to try to be doing as many of these missions as I can to get as many brews as I can. Another really good item for INT caster is the Orb of Tashan, which, again, the stats don't matter. I'll never actually equip this. What's nice about it is that it has a click effect of Hal of Tashan, which is a magic resistance debuff. It's not as good as the Enchanter debuff, but when you're soloing as a Necro, you don't have any other way of debuffing magic except for giving these Tashan orbs to your pets, which the debuff isn't even as good on the pets' proc items. So I will be using this Orb of Tashan from the OMM missions all the way up through Reign of Fear. I think Reign of Fear is expansion where they're is an item called something about ladies, knights, and treaty or something that has a faster casting, better magic debuff. Um, but I'm sure other necros and uh, wizards would probably also like to get this item for themselves as well. So that's fun. The missions themselves, the group missions, are relatively easy, especially if you pick a necromancer. You do have to have 3 people in the zone in order for the chest to be able to be opened. The raid missions require at least 6 to be in the zone. So while the group missions can definitely be soloed by the necromancer class in the monster mission, and the raids can be cleared with a very small number of people, you need to make sure you have the ability to open the chest. Otherwise, there's literally no point in doing it except for fun and wasting your time. So that is about all I have for this video. I just wanted to say hello to everybody in case you had missed me or whatever. Um, I definitely missed you. I am going to be recording some Seeds of Destruction raids as I do them myself, which should be this week and over the next week or two. So if you're looking forward to seeing faceless clears of those expansions, you'll be able to watch my videos in the upcoming future. But thanks for putting up with me, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the night.